Chief Guest of the Day, Honorable Member of Parliament, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, the recently installed President of AIOS, Dr. N.S.D. Raju, immediate past President, Dr. Grover, Dr. Adrian Ko and Dr. V.K. Raju, President's Gus, Dr. Giridhar, Dr. Anthrios, distinguished members of the audience, Bhishmacharyas of the ophthalmology profession, ladies and gentlemen. Let me at the outset congratulate all those who have been given awards in professional excellence, service to the organization, and all the other categories. My congratulations and best wishes to all of them. I must also take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Raju, who has just been installed as the President. Listening to Dr. Grover talking about him, I wonder if there is any sphere of human endeavor that he is not proficient in. And therefore, I'm sure that under his chairmanship, AIOS is set to really scale newer heights. And I wish you all the very best to the organization. Similarly, I am at a great disadvantage. One, I am never a good orator at any point of time, and speaking far down the line, and you are still under the spell of the oratorial skill of Dr. Tharoor. I am not sure what I can say, and whatever I say is not going to make much of a difference. So all I can do in the circumstances is to repeat the words of Elizabeth Taylor, but in a very different context that I shall not keep you long. I wonder, and I'm also intimidated by the presence of all of you, the great stalwarts of the profession, as well as Dr. Tharoor, because I am a great fan, a literary fan of his works. Most of his books I have the privilege of reading, pleasure of reading, and I used to look forward to your regular column in the Sunday edition of the Hindu, and when it stopped, I stopped reading the Sunday edition also. So I'm greatly privileged to be here, sir, in your presence. My only regret is that you joined the institute body of the Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute after I left. I wish I could have had his wisdom and vision when I was still the director of the institute. So after having said all this as a disclaimer, there is nothing much that I need to say, but picking on some of the words that the Chief Guest mentioned, we have a vision. We are on the march towards excellence. We are at the moment in the third largest economy, still growing. We are still aspiring to become a superpower, whatever that means. But then we do need to set many things in order. Let us look at our own neck of woods. Let us look at the professional standards, the standards of training. And I'm sure all of you are as appalled as I am at the way things have been going on. The standards have been falling very drastically, and we need to do something about it. We as professionals, teachers and researchers, we will have to make sure that the young men and women who come to our educational institutions get the kind of training that they deserve. It is the responsibility of the educational institutions, responsibility of the university, and the responsibility of the medical council to make sure that they do get the training that they deserve, and also that these trained young men and women are going to treat you and me in the years to come. And therefore, it will be a great disservice if they are not properly trained and let loose on the unsuspecting population. So this is a responsibility we have taken in Kerala very seriously, and I am alarmed at the standards that not only at the medical profession but the entire healthcare profession. And we have taken a series of steps. Many of them are not going to be very popular, but I have made it very clear to everybody that as long as I am sitting here, I am going to try to make a difference. In the process, either you change or you get rid of me. This is the vision in which we at the Medical Council are also looking at. I know that there's a perception among people that the present group of this gang of 7 are not really corrupt. Either they are not smart enough, they are not too dumb to be corrupt, or they don't know what they are, but we are trying, and I think the perception is going on that we are trying our best to change things. Though at the moment the perception, the overwhelming perception is that we are we are fighting a losing battle. And in that battle, in order if we lose, if the medical council loses, and the educational establishment loses, we will be doing a great disservice to our young people as well as to the nation. And it will certainly, unless until the health of the nation is preserved through the areas of our own activity, the nation cannot progress the way it can progress, and it has every citizen has a right to expect that from us. So I look forward to all of you. I request all of you to work with the universities, work with the educational institutions, work with the regulatory councils, so that we are in the process of make sure that the future generations of medical professionals will be competent, safe, compassionate, and the fellow citizens will be safe in their hands. I'm sure you will be able to do it in your own sphere. In ophthalmology, there are plenty of areas, and I know that all of you are working very hard to provide service to the nation, to the people, to the patients, and many of you who are in the field of education, trying to provide the kind of training that our young people deserve. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to prolong your agony. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I am sure you will have a wonderful 3 days of deliberations here, and you will go out of this beautiful city of Kochi wiser and more experienced. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.